study one more poem from the book First Line, that is Amanda. That is written by Robin Glenn. So now first of all, let's know about this great poet. Robin Glenn. Robin Glenn is an Australian author of books for children. She was born on 28 February 1936 in New South Wales and now resides near Melbourne. She had her first short story published at the age of 16 only. Several of her books have been listed for CBCA Children's Books of the Year Award, like Hating, Alison Ashley, Hallway Across the Galaxy, Turn Left, and Boss of the Pool. These are all some of her best poems, famous writings. So now this is all about the writer. Now this poem, Amanda, as the introduction part is given, that every child feels that he or she is controlled and instructed not to do one thing or another. Definitely we face also as teenagers, we also face the same, that many times our parents don't allow us to do so many things and we are just controlled by them. You too feel that your freedom is curtailed, that is also cut down. Write down some of the things you want to do, but your parents, elder, do not allow you to, because it is not for your good future or for your well-being. So read the poem aloud from pairs, and just let's read first of all this poem. Actually, this poem, Amanda, is a girl, and particularly for girls, society has some kind of particular kind of code of conduct. But they think that girls, especially girls, should behave in a particular way. They should be decent, obedient, and they should be very humble, and other things also. And Amanda, the girl, she is a teenager, but she doesn't like all these restrictions at all. So how she reacts, what she thinks about her life, how she imagines all about that. Let's read through this poem. So now this is given. First of all, let's read the poem. You note down the word meanings also. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea, where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. I am an orphan, roaming the streets. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acnes, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? Next one it is given. I am Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my pride here. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. So this is all given. And now I will explain the line by line meanings and all that to you. Let's understand. So first it is given that don't bite your nails, Amanda. She is constantly nagged by her mother. She is always asked to obey certain rules. And first thing that she says is, don't bite your nails, Amanda. And secondly, don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Hunch means bend your shoulders. Sit straight. She asked her to sit straight, don't bite nails. And third thing what she says is, stop that slouching. Slouching means sitting in a very relaxed or lazy position, slouching, and sit up straight, Amanda. So she feels irritated of all these kind of instructions. She doesn't want to be controlled. She wants to live her life at her own pace, according to her own wish, but she is not allowed to. That is all for her better future, of course. But she doesn't like all that. And next lines, these are given in bracket. Actually, after each one stanza, these are 3 lines which are given in bracket. Actually, in these lines, first These are the instructions given by her mother. But next 3 lines, she just imagines her life in a different way. She is not listening to her mother, but she just imagines that how her life could have been if she had been at a different place. Now what she imagines, let's see. There is a languid emerald sea. She imagines that she is near to a sea. Emerald sea is a green sea, and languid is relaxed. She is enjoying freedom, calm, and where the sole inhabitant is me. And she says there is a vast expanse of sea before me, and I am the sole inhabitant there. She just wants to live alone, and she says that I just want to be alone at that place. And a married maid, she just imagines herself as a married maid. Married maid, it is called in Hindi, it is called jalpari, a girl with some with the tail of a fish. Jalpari jisko bolte hain. It's a married maid drifting blissfully, and she says that I must be moving in the water, moving slowly in the water, enjoying that place, and I should live my life at my pace. So this is given. Next one, it is given again the instructions given by her mother. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Mother wanted her to complete her homework. Did you tidy your room, Amanda? Have you cleaned up your room, Amanda? I thought I told to clean your shoes, Amanda. And again, but her mother says that she must have cleaned her shoes also. She just tells her about her responsibilities, that she should clean her room, she should tidy her place, and she should finish her homework, clean her shoes, and all that. Now what she imagines next? When she is asked to clean her shoes, what she imagines? She says that I am an orphan roaming the street. Now what she imagines? If I had no parents, if there had been no parents, I would have been orphan and I would have been roaming in the streets. I patterned soft dust with my hushed bare feet. Hushed means silent, and bare feet is without slippers. And I would have been wandering in the streets without slippers and leaving the footprints, and I making some patterns on the dust, also soft dust, and I would be enjoying my life. I would not have been nagged by my mother at all. The silence is golden and the freedom is sweet. And what she says, that she wanted to live in silence and she wanted to live with freedom. So she wants these 2 words in her life, silence and freedom. Next one, it is given, don't eat the chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Now her mother also asked her not to eat chocolates too much, because at this age, when we are teenagers, either boy or girls, they all are very conscious about their beauty, their looks, okay, and they generally get acne on their face. So what she advises her, that she should not take chocolates much, because that would bring acne on her face. And will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? And she also asks her, why you are not listening me carefully? Because she was in imagination and she was not listening to her mother. And what her mother said, that she must look up while her mother is talking to her. And the next one is given, then what she imagines, that I am a Rapunzel. I have not a care. Rapunzel is actually a girl with beautiful long hair, and it is also in the form of a we can say a movie also. It is given that Rapunzel was a girl with long hair, and she was living in a tower, and she was living alone there, and whenever anybody wanted to come to her place, she just put her hair down, and anyone could climb through those hairs. They were so strong and beautiful. So she said that I just want to live life like Rapunzel, alone in a tower, but with nobody else around me. And it is really a very tranquil is very calm and rare life I want to enjoy, and I will certainly never let down my bridle. And as she wants freedom, as she does not want anybody around her, and what she says, that if I have long hair, certainly I would not put them down to come up. Anybody would come to my place. I would not allow anybody to come to my place. I would never hang my hair down. Next one, it is given, stop that sulking at once, Amanda. Sulking is crying, slowly crying. And what she said, whenever her mother instructs her, she starts crying. everyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. And what she says that I put unnecessary restrictions on you, I just stop you from doing the things, I always nag at you. This is all what she did not want at all. And what she said is that people will think that I am just doing all these things. So this is what the poem is all about. It is not in a negative sense that parents should not have restriction on their children, but they should also deal with them in a friendly way so that they could understand their mindset, their problems, their situations, and behave accordingly. So this is all what are given about. And if we talk about the theme of this poem, it is also very clear that the greatest wealth that a child wants to possess is his or her freedom. And the thing that he or she never likes is the constant nagging, unwanted instructions, and even overprotection of the parents. So Amanda is also again the story of a young girl who is controlled and instructed by her mother not to do so many things. And every child wants to enjoy his dreamy and romantic world of her own or his own. Okay, and she does not want to cut this romantic and fascinating world of hers short. Any kind of instructions or interference curtails her freedom. So she does not want to be denied chocolates and want to sit and behave exactly as she wants. She would rather indulge in fantasies than clean her room or her shoes. She wants to postpone growing up. She wants to remain as a child for just a little bit longer. So now this is the theme of this poem. And if we talk about the literary devices, yes. So one device that I have already discussed in the last poem also, that is anaphora. Anaphora is when the same word is repeated in the two lines, and in the beginning, if the two lines are beginning with the same word, that is anaphora. So you can see in the first and second line beginning with don't and don't. So this is anaphora. And one more is we have given metaphor also. Metaphor is given in Rapunzel. She imagines herself as a dream girl. Rapunzel. So metaphor is there. And one repetition is also there. You can see that so many words are repeated. Amanda word is repeated again and again in the poem. So this is repetition also. So this is all about the poem. Thank you.